Las Vegas. Time now for Darnell's question of the day.
It's Darnell's.
That's my guy. My guy.
My question of the day.
All right, welcome back. Whitlock and Wiley, LeVar Arrington and TJ Houshmandzadeh are back with us. All right, Darnell.
Yes, sir.
Take it away, homeboy.
Yeah, let's move to a troubling story. NFL offensive lineman Greg Robinson was arrested in Texas for possession of 157 pounds of marijuana with intent to sell. Robinson was the number 2 overall pick in 2014, but had recently been informed by the Browns he was going to be released. He was arrested along with former NFL and CFL wide receiver Quan Bray. These guys both made it to the pros, so I want to ask you guys, how does something like this happen?
Guy made $29 million in the NFL.
Yeah.
And is now he's the Nate Newton of the modern day Nate Newton.
Yeah.
How? I don't have, stupidity is my only answer.
Yeah, let me do my job, which is to tell you how it is, not how it could be. And coming from the West Coast, we have a subculture of gangs, and I think a lot of people know about that. When I got into the league, I had to realize the people from those gangs, from my neighborhood, were trying to gently lean on me to be a part of their subculture and to help them out in terms of money. I had to cut it all off. Now, knowing a lot of my teammates, including one of my best friends who was arrested for 10 years in drug kingpin charges from the South, their subculture is a lot of the drug trafficking leaning on them. So what happens is this. Your teammates and friends know about these dudes that hang with you. One day he comes to you and say, man, you just got a check for $6 million. Can you loan your boy $100,000? $100,000 for what? To do the things that we did growing up or the things that I'm still associated with. You say no to that, you feel a certain type of way. You say yes to that, you're like, look, here's the money. Oh, I'm gonna triple it for you, big dog. I'm coming right back. It happened, it happened, it happened. My best teammate went down for 10 years for things just like this. Stupidity's a part of it, but in totality, they don't understand the full consequences. And they think they're actually, in one way, helping someone else out. No parallel except the fact that he went to Auburn, Greg went to Auburn, the dude that got caught with Greg went to Auburn. It's a lot of this Southern subculture.
He understands the consequences. You just don't think you're going to get caught. That's what happened. So after my second year in the league, a guy that I was tight with, went to JUCO with, I ain't going to say his name. If he watching, he know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
He called me. He wanted 50 grand. And I said, what you want that for? He said, I'm going to flip it. I already knew what that meant because we used to roll together. I know exactly what it meant. And I thought about it. I really thought about getting. He was like, bro, I'm going to shoot you 100 back in like 3 weeks. I didn't do it.
Yeah.
Didn't do it. I ain't talked to him the whole time I was planning. Like, just reconnected with him like 2 years ago. He's doing well. I wanted to help him, but if something happened, I'm getting in trouble for this. And the $100,000 that I'm getting back is not worth what I'm taking away from my wife and my kids. And so that happens so much, but you don't, when you come from what you just said, that type of environment, you don't want to tell them no because you don't think I'm going to get caught. And when you get caught, you sitting there like, damn.
Lord.
And so it's just a bad look for him.
I think that situation for him is different because he was involved. It wasn't hooking up a friend, take this money, do it for a friend. He was there. You know, I was sitting there looking at this. I was like, how does it happen? He certainly is trying to flip. He's trying to make a flip, and he didn't trust anybody to make that flip. So he got, by the reports, he got one of his close guys that drives for the driving company to drive him, and he's got his homie with him. He didn't want somebody to take his stuff. So all this really is somebody who felt like they had enough money and an opportunity where they could fly under the radar and get to where he was going and flip it. So
6'5", 350 pounds.
What radar?
He got caught up in Texas.
That's a radar.
In Texas.
That's a.
This needs to be a lesson on every player. Like, you're going to get in trouble.
It needs to be a lesson.
You going to get, this has to be a lesson. You're going to get caught, man.
And it happens so often is, at least the pull, at least the baby extortion.
Sam Hurd is in a federal prison right now because you're going to get caught.
Wide receiver for the Bears. All right, Darnell. Is there a Super 6 contest for the XFL games this weekend?
Yes, sir, it is. And before the games kick off on Saturday, be sure to download the Fox Sports Super 6 app and play for free for your chance to win $10,000. All
right, coming up, the Cavs just ran their head coach out of Cleveland. Rick Bucher will tell us what happened. Speak for Yourself is presented to you More after this. It's Fight Week on FS1. Speak for yourself with Jason Whitlock and Marcellus Wiley. Coming to you live from Las Vegas. All right, welcome back. Joining the show now is Fox Sports NBA analyst Rick Bucher. Let's talk some hoops.
There it is.
Sponsored by ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. All right, let's move to Cleveland, where Cavaliers head coach John Beilein has resigned after a tumultuous and disappointing tenure. Beilein raised some eyebrows after calling his players a bunch of thugs during a film session, and reportedly, players had recently taken to playing songs with the word thugs in the lyrics whenever the coach was nearby. All right, Marcellus, is getting rid of Beilein the smartest way to win, or a bad look for the Cavaliers?
Bad look for the Cavaliers. This is a sinking ship. They were supposed to be in Plan B post-LeBron to save face and hopefully have value and potentially make a push. Not looking good. What you got?
Not the smartest hire, but the smartest fire. If you know something's not going to work, you need to move on. And hiring a college coach at this point in the NBA, a top college coach, if you're going to be that good at that level, you can't possibly be versed in the NBA game. And you've got to coach guys who know the game better than you do. The second you have a game plan or you draw up a play and they go, that doesn't work at this level.
Yeah.
You've lost that team. So the fact that they cut their losses and they moved ahead. Look, Dan Gilbert, the owner, has wanted to hire Tom Izzo forever. He's smart enough to know, I ain't doing that. I got my gig at Michigan State. I'm good.
Yeah.
John Beilein decided, you know what, I'm going to cash in. I'm going to take that NBA check. And so ultimately he made that move. But it is a difficult transition. More guys miss than not. But let's be clear about one thing. This ain't about saying thugs versus slugs. Like, you think Eric Spoelstra and Jimmy Butler listen to the same music or wear the same clothes or speak the same language? If you as a coach can make me better, then I'm going to listen. And if I don't think you know the NBA game as well as I do, then I'm probably not.
I'm glad you're highlighting that moment of truth where the Letterman jacket gets you no respect at the pro level. Like, we don't care about those stripes. They don't qualify at this level.
Exactly.
And even if a guy doesn't have the greatest game, sometimes he may have the greater acumen than a coach. And once you're in those moments and coach takes you the wrong direction, that starts to be infectious.
I got a little different take in terms of John Beilein. If he were 50 years old going to the NBA, I think he would have had more success. I think being an older coach with all that college experience and then probably valuing practice more than NBA players do, particularly NBA players on a rebuilding team that's coming to still got a LeBron James hangover. We used to be important. And when LeBron was here, we didn't practice after a game or the next day, blah, blah. And Beilein wants to come in and actually teach the game. And they weren't interested, particularly coming from this older dude. And so I think it's a bad look for them. But I also think in order for them to win and move forward, they had to fire Beilein.
It's not just a rebuilding team. It's with a couple of holdovers. You can't coach Tristan Thompson and Kevin Love the same way that you do the Colin Sexton and the young guns. So you're caught in between, and you've never done this before? A quick story. Mike Montgomery, he coached the Warriors, came from Stanford, considered a great coach, and is a great coach. I was there when he coached his first exhibition game. And afterward, his tie was askew. He was eating an energy bar. He was worn out. This is an exhibition game. He goes, man, if they run something, you can't stop it. They just keep running it. I was like, that's NBA 101.
Right.
It was brand new to him. He wasn't ready for that. And as soon as you miss once, you lose these guys real quick.
Part of me felt like they bullied this guy out of his job, which, you know, I ain't going to cry no river for him. He's a grown man. He's going to get millions of dollars, but not a good look for the players. All right, coming up, we'll give you our latest approval ratings for Emmitt Smith. And Uncle Jimmy will give us his take on the Cowboys Hall of Famer telling Dak Prescott to take less money. Speak for yourself is coming to you live from Las Vegas. More after this. It's Fight Week on FS1. Speak for yourself with Jason Whitlock and Marcellus Wiley. Coming to you live from Las Vegas. All right, welcome back. Uncle Jimmy's here to help us talk about our approval ratings for Emmitt Smith.
No.
But first,
Are you?
give Marcellus Big Dummy of the Day.
Ain't gonna be able to do it.
Yep.
Big dummy of the day go to the person that set up here. Oh, you was real bad talking to Wilder. Tyson Fury annoys me. You done said yesterday, didn't you?
Are you sure did?
Did you?
No, I didn't.
All right, then.
Could have
I'm
reached
not
you from
doing
over
that.
here, too.
All right, let's talk some Emmitt Smith, who just told Dak Prescott to maybe take another perspective on his contract talks and settle for less money. Reportedly, Dak has turned down some big offers from Jerry Jones and the Cowboys, and the franchise tag has been looming lately. All right, Marcellus, you think Dak gets franchised next week?
Let me be quick with this. No. He doesn't get franchise tag. No. Dak is close to signing the deal, but he's not going to budge from his number. And I respect Dak for doing that because he has shown proper value. So until they get to $35 million, no. And I don't think they're going to tag him.
Well, no tag.
No tag. No, it's going to be a real deal. Why 35 million? 35 million. You're going to piece it, and it still adds up the same. Give him his long-term deal.
He may play
Satisfied.
poorly, and you
He's trending
save
this
some
way.
money. All right, Uncle Jimmy, I know you agree with me about Dak Prescott, hopefully. Anyway,
I got a message
yeah.
for Dackery Fitzgerald Prescott.
Oh, what's
Do
that?
not listen to the words that is coming out of Emmitt Smith's mouth. This is the same Emmitt Smith that's telling you to take less money. I could be wrong, but didn't he hold out to get more money?
Yes, he did.
Huh? Look here. Look here. You mess around, you listen to what Emmitt Smith say if you want to. Your ass gonna end up on Dancing with the Stars doing the nay-nay with Wendy Williams. Okay?
Oh, man, that's cold.
Look, Dak, I know I done called you dumb in the past. But I doggone it, don't be plumb dumb, son. Look here, the truth is you need to hold out. Play hard to get. That's the only way you're gonna get Jerry Jones out. Okay?
All right.
Let's be real, okay? Look, up until now, you done tried to do everything right. You been living by the book. You been talking all prim and proper. Just look all pure and innocent. And we all know, man, Jerry Jones ain't about that life. Jerry Jones a freak. That means you have to step your freak game up. Look at Zeke. Look what he did. Come with the little midriff t-shirt. Got that little nose ring. We got that little cowboy backpack. Went down to Cabo. Jerry Jones lost his mind. Begged him to come back. Paid him everything. Meanwhile, what was you doing? Sitting at home doing your best June Cleaver. had on an apron. A pearl necklace. Making cookies. Playing with the beaver. Helping him with his homework. Look, man, Jerry's a freak. You gotta catch him. Bust out some leather. Some chaps. Hand tap him to the bed. Get some wax. Put it on his cowboy toys. If you do that, he'll make that noise. He'll say, yeah! How about that cowboy? He do that, you'll get you a seat at Jerry Jones' dinner table and replace Tony Romo. Matter of fact, he'll give you $42 million.
All right, we gotta
You
go.
gotta be about it. And let Jerry scream about it.
I gotta give Emmitt my approval rating for Emmitt. GOAT status, 87. Job performance. Jerry gave him a job. He handled it well.
He did do his job.
All-time greatness. He's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Emmitt's character's impeccable.
I'll give you that. This is where we disagree.
Yeah, authenticity, down to 17.
What do you mean down to 17? Not one word out of his mouth was genuine. He
Now
is
listen
just
to
doing
the
his
words
job.
that is coming
Come
out
on,
of his
man.
mouth.
No,
All right, the internet agrees with
Dance
me
with the
having
Stars.
GOAT status.
Wendy Williams.
All right, we'll see you tomorrow.